There are lessons to be learned from how I handle my own education and how I became such a good thinker. The philosopher Don Ross once said of me, "Dan believes modesty is a virtue to be reserved for special occasions." I wouldn't be writing this book if I didn't think I had something I could usefully impart to readers. The secrets of my success, my good tricks and policies, my ways of dealing with people and problems. There are many philosophers who are more clever, much better scholars, quicker in argument, vastly better at the technical moves philosophers make than I am. They will tell you so, and I will agree with them. But as Gilbert Ryle, my thesis advisor at Oxford, told a colleague of mine over a few beers in Salzburg back in the 60s, there are much cleverer chaps than Dennett, but he has a fire in his belly. I have gratefully leaned on that crutch now for more than half a century. As you can see, I'm not modest, but I am not overconfident either, like some thinkers I know. John Searle, one of my most aggressive critics, is actually a lot like me, sure of himself, impatient with nitpicking philosophers, willing to brand respected trains of thought as nonsense. When he encounters a philosophical argument or position that is difficult for him to comprehend, he rephrases it in his own terms, in terms that he understands. That's just what I do too. But when Searle's digest of the difficult idea strikes him as absurd, he thereupon says so, vehemently. I don't. I reserve judgment. I reflect. These people defending this view don't seem to be fools. Maybe I've misconstrued them. I go back to their work to see if I can find a better version of their view. Sometimes I can't, and then I can be as tough a critic as Searle. But sometimes, in fact usually, I can find a better version of the challenging idea, and then I've learned something. Searle's world is full of philosophical nincompoops. Mine is full of philosophers who are learned, intelligent, hard-working, but often self-defeating presenters of their best ideas. Why would anybody want to be a philosopher if philosophers in general were as stupid as Searle seems to think? Sir Karl Popper is another philosopher whose low opinion of those who disagreed with him has made me wonder how he could stand being a philosopher.